The first thing in any yoga practice is just to find those first few moments to center. Check in with yourself. Notice how you feel, not only physically, but what's happening in that energetic body, the emotional body, what's happening with the mental chatter. And all yoga asks is you set it aside, that you be truly present to your breath, to honor your body exactly where it is today. And if for your body, this is what's calling you, this is your practice. Enjoy a few more rounds of breath in stillness. Taking a moment to bring your hands to rest on your ribs or your heart or your belly. Inviting a deeper breath in through the nose. A breath that expands underneath the palms. You can feel the breath in the body. And as you exhale the breath, I ask you to let it go nice and slow. Use that exhalation to wash through the body to bring some space, relaxation. We breathe in and out of our nose. Maybe you find that constriction in the back of the throat, so to give the mind something to listen to. We call that our Ujjayi breath. The mind can trace the breath as well as the hands. Hear and feel the breath. I'm going to read something that I pulled from a class I did in Montana. Every ripple has a point of origin. You must believe in your ability to be that point of origin. You have the power to create a ripple of love, compassion, and kindness. Consider the effects of your thoughts on others, and never underestimate the power of what we create right here. It's a ripple that is far-reaching, ever-expanding, and has the ability to change the world one person at a time. That's our yogic life. We just don't do yoga. We live yoga. Take one more breath. And as you let the exhale go, if you're using the sandbag, just gently slide the sandbag off to the side. If you're using the bolster, go ahead and put your feet on the bolster or remove the bolster wherever you have it. And I'd like you all to come down onto your right side. So after you remove everything, come onto the right side. You can bend that bottom arm and use it as a pillow for the head. Bend the knees so you're stacking the shoulder. The shoulders are stacked, the hips are stacked, the knees are stacked out of the 90 degree. Good. And then pull that top knee into the chest. Top knee comes in, right, wrap your hand around the shin. We did this yesterday, Bernie. We're going to just wake up a little bit into the quads and the hip. So from here, as you pull it in, keep that knee the height height of your hip socket. So we don't want the knee way up. And then slide that hand down the shin until it reaches the ankle. And as you clasp onto that ankle, slowly begin to take that knee around to point towards the end of your mat. Still at hip level, drawing the heel into the glute. As you draw the heel into the glute, maybe you begin to feel the opening of the quad. Slowly now, bring that knee back into the chest, you slide the hand back up. Give it a squeeze in. And working with your body here, 3 more times, slide the hand down. Shift the knee towards the back of the mat, or maybe even further. Maybe drawing the heel into the glute or into the side of the outside of the hip, going deeper. And then with the breath, bring the knee back in. Twice more. Focusing right into that hip, right into the back of that glute. And finally, as that knee points towards me, towards this side of the wall, maybe you feel the quad. One more time. And we'll all meet, taking your time with the knees to the chest. Good. And removing the hands from the shin, bring the hand to the back of the hamstring and just begin to straighten that leg out in the diagonal. You're still on the side body. You're pressing that heel away from you, toes back towards your face. And then, whatever degree feels good, begin to draw the thigh closer to the side body. The foot is flexed. So working into that outer hip, working right into that glute, beginning to wake up the hamstrings. And notice your breath. If we lose our breathing pattern, can we still listen for that breath going in and out through the nose? Any more room to draw the thigh closer? And as you draw that thigh closer, begin to bend back into that knee. Slide that hand down the shin, grab the ankle, take that quad stretch one last time. And then very gently release the knees together, again forming that nice L shape. Taking the bottom arm right out to the side, right out from the shoulder joint. Place the other palm right on top, so your palms are together. You need a blanket or something for your head. So once you're here, I'd like you to slide the top palm away from you, fingers going away. Fingers hit the mat or the floor, and just like you had a piece of chalk in your hand, like I tell my little granddaughter, draw me a rainbow on the floor. Take those fingers and begin along the floor, make an arc over the head, keeping the shoulders down, opening the arms up as much to a T as you can, and then draw the arm back across, palms touch. So again, working nice and slow. You might not be able to carry those fingertips all the way around. Just wherever you feel like you're trying to pick yourself up, stop there, and bring it all back, palms touch. In some places, we don't have that range of motion, so making that big circle overhead seems too much, then just slide the palm towards you across your collarbone like you're pulling back a bow and arrow, and find your T, your opening, your twist that way. So a 2-for-1 here, opening up through the shoulders, but rolling onto those shoulder blades so that you're in this nice, beautiful, gentle spinal twist.
Do we move our head? Mm-hmm. Do we move our head?
Yes. Oh, yes. So take a couple more. And if your body feels like it's ready, that's when you pause, shoulders on the mat, arms out to a T, breathe into your twist. And maybe rotating the head towards the left hand, just to complete the twist if that feels good. Breathe into the rib basket. Maybe the breath so full that you can feel the ribs separate here. And then enjoy that long exhale where the body just releases and relaxes. And when you're ready for that next in breath, we're going to take that left arm back across the body, palms to touch. Releasing the shoulders, releasing the chest, taking a breath. And then rolling over onto your back body. Draw the knees into the chest. Give them a squeeze. And just allow yourself to rock back and forth. Bringing a little blood flow into the low back, a nice little massage here. We'll take that whole sequence over to the other side. So rolling off to your other side. Stacking through the hips, stacking through the knees, stacking through the ankles. Roll all the way over onto the side body. And again, using your arm as a pillow. Draw that top knee into the chest. And as you draw the knee in, the hand can just rest along that shin. Begin to feel the opening through the back of the glutes here. And then slowly slide that hand down, gripping for the front of the ankle, and rotating that knee nice and slow to point towards the bottom of the mat. Beginning to waken up the front hip flexor, the front quad. Then slowly draw that knee back with the hand side back. See if you can draw the knee in any closer. So 4 more times, just like that. Keep the knee level with the hip. Each rotation, maybe that foot comes into the glute just a little bit closer. If you feel more open on this side, you can bring that heel towards the outside of the hip. You can take that knee instead of straight back, you can even take it further back. But again, that's only if you feel the invitation to do so. Finishing that last one, drawing that knee back into the chest. Change the hand position to come behind the hamstring. And then send that leg off on the diagonal, leading with the heel towards the ceiling. Good, so flexing through that foot, beginning to stretch the back of the hip, right into the hamstring. Notice your breath. Nice, fluid breath. Flex the foot, sit the toe. Excellent. Comes back down towards your face. Lifting that leg a little bit higher, maybe even drawing it in towards the body a little bit more. We don't use straps here because we're allowing the body to go where the body wants to go. We're not pushing or pulling or forcing. Stay for another round of breath. And very slowly draw that knee back into the chest. So slide that hand down the shin one more time, up around the front of the ankle. Knee goes back towards the end of the mat. Find that quad stretch. And then release the knee, nice and gentle, to rest on top of the other. This time we'll extend the arms out directly in front of the shoulder. Palms to touch. So again, if you want to grab for a blanket or something to rest the head on, arms straight out. Slide that top palm away from you first. Then begin circling top arm over the head to the right, and then the body, palms to touch. Each shoulder joint is different. Depends on your dominant side, depends on if you have children, how you carry your children, depends on if you have a heavy yoga bag like mine, which side you carry it on. It's a whole other lesson there. So just feel into your shoulder, your range of motion here. And here the focus is as you make that big half circle and the arms come out away from each other, coming into that nice, gentle twist. So if you feel open to get there now, enjoy the twist. Close down the eyes. Breathe into the wrists. Taking two more rounds of breath here. And then as you're ready, taking that arm back across the body, palms to touch. Allow the shoulders and the chest to just relax. And then continuing that motion all the way across, all the way over. We're going to find our tabletop position. So coming on to all fours. Again, moving slow. Depending on where you are, you might have to do the half circle scooch so that you're facing the mirrored wall. And then setting up for our tabletop or cat-cow. So stacking the joints. The wrists are right underneath the shoulders. The fingers are spread wide. The knees are right underneath the hip points, not the outside of the hips, but the hip points. And if you look through your legs, you can't see your heels are directly behind your knees. Exhaling out all of the air first, draw the belly in, firm the spine, press through the palms, and as you inhale, lift the tailbone, lift the chest, gaze towards the top of your mat. And then very slowly on your exhale, start with that tailbone, begin to tuck the tailbone, round through the low, mid, upper back, tuck the chin. Inhaling fully again, let the breath lead the movement from the bottom of the spine all the way up. And as you exhale that breath and you round, feel the entire length of the spine. So we're beginning to wake up all the muscles that reside along the spine. But from a settled body, we're waking up the chakras. Energy centers that we know reside along the spine, starting with the root, the tailbone, to the crown, the top of the head. And bringing ourselves back to a neutral table now. Again, just to work into a very mild twist. We're going to thread the needle so that right arm is going to lift up and out to the side. And then you're going to draw that arm underneath the body. Right finger is heading over to the left, coming to rest on the top of that right shoulder tip, the right temple. That left hand can stay right in push-up position right there at the face. Or maybe you walk those fingers forward towards the corner of the mat. Keeping those hips back, the belly in, the breath flowing. Option to walk those fingers over to the right corner allowing that to rotate the chest open just a bit. Or if you like the bind, taking that left arm to the ceiling, bending at the elbow, bringing the back of the hand to the sideways, to the back body, and using that leverage of the hand to open up the chest just a little bit further. And notice your breath. Nice, deep inhale. Slow exhale. So from a physical point of view, yes, we're in a twist, we're working that spine, but you're also getting a really nice massage for all of those digestive organs residing there in the belly. Releasing nice and slow. If you've got the bind, the arm will come back, walk the fingertips back. We'll find that push-up. Press your way up to release that right arm. Take that counter, lift it up, and then set it back down. Flow a cat and a cow. And we'll thread the needle on the opposite side. So this time, lifting the left arm out and up. Take that left arm, leave it underneath the body. Come down on that left shoulder tip, that left temple. Take whatever option with that right hand. You can use it like a kickstand to help hold you up. You can walk the fingertips directly forward, finding this nice long line on the side body. You can walk into the opposite corner, which changes the stretch completely. Or if you enjoyed that bind, lift your hand, bring it behind the back, take the bind. And again, as you bind, use the back of that hand to press into the body. You just rotate the heart open just a little bit more. Good. Couple deep breaths here. Releasing the bind. If you have the bind, bring the arm back down, find that push up, press the body up, release that arm, take the counter, let that arm float back up. Come back down, find your neutral table, flow a cat and cow. And then keeping those hips right over the knees, begin to walk the hands forward. So the more you walk the hands forward, the chest automatically comes down towards the mat, the forehead to the mat or a block. You tuck that belly in, we're not sagging through the spine. We want this nice long line from the hips all the way through the neck, through the head. Staying right up on tented fingers here, just to make it a little bit more active. It's just like somebody is holding their hips back at the same time pulling your hands forward. Opening up all the tissue under the arms here. Slowly walk the hands back. Find that child's pose. So we sink the hips back to the heels, the belly to the thighs. Tuck the toes under, re-extend the hands forward here. And here we're just going to come into our little flow just to move with breath. So we'll do 3 of each one, adding on, knowing that you can stay at any one of these along the way. So stretching those fingers out, take a nice full breath, come up to tabletop. As you exhale, continue the journey forward, hips come down towards the mat, chest rises, gaze straight ahead. Press back through those palms to come to table, shift it all the way back. Find your child's pose. Move with breath, inhale to all fours. Come forward towards knee, hips down, or the side wall all the way. So you get a little arch in the spine, come back for your table. Hips back to the heels. One more just like that. Inhaling up. Exhaling forward. Coming back. shifting back. We're gonna add on our down dog now. So inhale the fours as you come forward on the exhale. Come back to your table, tuck the toes under, lift the hips nice and high, downward facing dog. Big inhales, drops the knees back to the mat. Exhale the breath, take a child's pose. Twice more, as fluid as your breath can be. Come up, come forward. Go back, lift the hips. Down dog. Drop the knees nice and easy. Child's pose. Last time like that. Full breath, make it nice and smooth. Come back to the child's pose, pause for a moment. Again, just noticing the length from the tailbone all the way through the body. We're going to add on our plank, knowing that you don't have to. Inhale to all fours. Shift it forward. Upward dog. Back through all fours. Downward dog. Come up high on the toes, wave the spine forward, finding that upper push-up. Shoulders over wrists. Press back to your downward dog. Inhale, sets the knees down. Exhale, push it back, child's. Twice more, just like that. Inhale the fours. Bring it forward. Send it back to fours, lifting the hips high. Downward dog. Coming on tiptoes, inhale, wave the spine forward to plank. Press those palms and go back to your dog. Drop the knees, child's pose. So now don't even think about your tabletop. Just flow from child's to up dog. From up dog to down dog. From down dog, play. Back to your dog. And drop your knees. Pick the next two yourself. And again, if you get lost along the way, just move the body in such a way it feels good. As you complete the last one, rest in child's pose. And as you come into the child's pose, allow the arms to come beside the body, palms up. Let those shoulders roll in. Press the forehead, block. See if you can make some connection with that third eye, our sixth chakra. If you want to take it a little bit deeper, you can stack the palms on the mid-back, letting the weight of the elbows deepen the stretch through the shoulders. Or you can try your reverse prayer in the back of the heart space, giving the hands to prayer, the blade edge right behind the heart. Your opportunity to breathe into the back ribs. Taking a breath so full that it separates the shoulder blades so that you can feel the breath right there in the center, right behind the heart. And then remember that long exhale, what it does, how it feels in the body. See if you can let that breath go. Here for two more. Taking those hands and placing them right outside the knees. Just take a moment to rock right on that third eye center, nice and light, rotating the head from one side to the other. And then coming back to stillness, press into those hands, lift the body, check the toes. Yes, we're coming into our favorite. So Roz will show you a modified version on her knees. If you have a little bit more space, maybe you just bring some of the body weight down, but you let your fingertips take some. The more you work on this, and I know you do it every single day, the easier, I promise you, it's going to be. And it's so good for your arches and all of the ligaments and all of the nerve endings that we have in our feet. So we're only here for a breath or two. Taking our wrists, getting some action in our wrists, bring the palms together, just do that little circle. Send that prayer away, down, and around. Notice your breath. We're holding the breath here. Reversing it, take it the opposite way. One more inhale. One more exhale. Drop the hands, untuck the toes, give them a little bit of a paddle. And then re-tuck the toes again, press into those hands, lift the hips, find a forward fold at the back of your mat. So as you arrive in your forward fold, depending on how tight those hamstrings, maybe you hold on to a block. What I'd like you to do is see if you can just let those arms dangle. So the hips so high, you can keep as much of the bend in the knees. What I want to see is this nice long line for your spine. This natural traction. And opening up those shoulders, bring the hands around to the small of the back, interlace. Take a nice bend into the knees so that the belly rests on the thighs. And then see if you can extend the arms away from the body. Notice if you're trying to hold your head up, can you let the head dangle, finding length in the neck? See how far you can float the hands. Nice shoulder opener. Even if you can get them off the back, about an inch or so. Shift the fingers over one so the other thumb comes on top. Squeeze those shoulder blades again together, re-extend the arms. And then releasing that, let those arms float down to the mat. Walk yourself out for a downward facing dog. This one we're gonna hold. So the hands spread wide, feet hip distance. Concentrating on one side of the body, let's go from the tailbone to the crown of the head. Keep the knees bent. Press those hands energetically away from you so that you feel the chest come closer to your thigh. And then maybe one at a time. Begin to straighten one leg and then the other, bring that heel down. Beginning to ignite the Achilles and the calf. Hamstring. Keep pressing those hands away from you. Keep letting that head drop. I always say, look at your navel. You're not going to see it, but that's where I want your head to be that loose. And your breath. Nice and easy. Come up high on the toes. See now with the next breath, exhale, see those heels can come down towards the mat. Both of them together. And then bend into those knees, come back up on the toes, look at your thumbs and walk to your hands, top of the mat. As you arrive there, find that half lift. Let the spine go nice and long, tailbone one direction, crown of the head the other. Release and fold. Twice more, half lift. Shoulders go back, crown of the head forward, bring some weight into the balls of the feet. And let it go. Last one. And fold. Press into the feet, bend the knees, roll your way up to stand, let the arms float overhead. Draw the prayer to the heart. Moving with breath. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, connect the heart. Twice more. Big inhale, reach up. Exhale, draw us in. This time as you reach up, draw the prayer all the way up through heart center as you forward fold. Let it go. Inhale, calf lift. Exhale, fold. Press into the feet, bend the knees. Reach those arms out and up. Maybe your back bend here might feel good. Keep it going all the way back down with your breath, your movement. And nice. You know this sequence. Now just feel it. The eyes closed. Let the breath lead. Last time, forward fold. Calf lift. Stay in your fold as you arrive. So forward fold at the top of the mat, using your blocks or coming to your fingertips. Step the right foot back. Plant that foot at a 45. So on the clock, that would be almost 2 o'clock. Make sure that you've got space between your feet and that front knee is right over the ankle. Warrior one foundation. Take a deep breath in, use the power of your legs, rise up, arms extend up. Float the arms behind the back, interlace, squeeze. And here we find our humblest warrior. Shoulder comes down towards the knee, arms float. Take an inhale. On the exhale, press into the feet, rise right back up. Warrior one. See if you can sink a little bit deeper into that front knee. Then circle those hands down and around. Frame the foot, step it forward, forward fold. Half lift. Bring it all the way up. Hands behind prayer, maybe that back bend. Hold it all the way back down. Fingers to the mat or block. Left foot steps all the way back. Separate your feet. Back foot, now maybe 10 o'clock. When you're ready, pressing into those feet, rise up. Warrior one. Find it first. Bend into that front knee. Good. Float the hands behind. Interlace. Squeeze the arms together. Humble warrior. Bring the shoulder down inside the knee. Float the arms. Release, press to the feet. Rise back. Circle the hands down, frame the front foot, step it up, forward fold. Half lift. Let it go. Rise up, reach up, maybe that back bend. Take a fold all the way back in. Half lift. Fold forward. Right foot steps back. Warrior two foundation. So that back foot is parallel, but just slightly toes forward. Space your feet. When you're ready, circle those arms out to the side. Find your center here. As much weight in that back foot as the front. Look at that front knee. Make sure it's not falling in. Send it towards the pinky. Soften the shoulders. Notice your breath. So gazing right over that middle finger here. Nice, easy breath. Flip the palm Straighten that front leg, send it back. Peaceful warrior. Reband, find your 2. Side angle forearm. Arm rises, open the chest. Back, warrior 2. Hold here, sink a little further. Peaceful warrior, one more time, straighten that front leg. Send that arm back, nice side bend. And circle those hands down to the mat, frame the front foot, step it up, forward fold. Back lift, let it go. Bend the knees, pressing the feet, rise up, reach up. Maybe the back bend this time. Fold all the way back down. Half lift. And fold. Plant the hands, left foot back. Warrior 2 foundation. Find that first. Then press into your feet. Power of the legs. Circle the arms. Again, equal weight here. Soft shoulders, gaze over the fingertip. One more breath. Flipping the palm, straighten the front leg, send it back. Inhale back. Warrior 2. Bend into that knee. Forearm comes side angle. Reach through the fingers. And when we're in our side angle, we're not pressing all that weight in the forearm, right? Deep breath in, come back. Warrior 2. Peaceful warrior. Straighten the leg, reach back. Circle the hands down, bring the front foot, step it forward. Forward fold. Half lift. Let it go. Rise all the way up. Reach up. Hands to heart. We're going to do a little balance work. So if you know you like to have the wall, we're going to do a warrior 3 and tree together. So you're welcome to use the wall, a chair. Okay, I'm going, I don't know what you're talking about. Why don't you join over here? You don't have to use the wall. And again, it's not a problem. It's support. And just like in life, hopefully we don't say no to support because of our egos, right? So we're going to start off with tree pose. Bring all the weight into the left leg. Spread the toes, firm your foundation. Hands to prayer. Lift the right knee so that it's even with the hip. Left foot. And we find our drishti, that spot that's not moving, on the floor. And the closer in makes the balancing, for me anyway, a little bit easier. So the sole of the foot can come to the ankle, so the knee goes out to the side. It can come to the calf, or it can come up and rest on the thigh. Wherever you are, open up that knee to the side. Hands in prayer. Fix your gaze. Fix your breath. Maybe now, lift the arms overhead and open up the branches. 3 breaths, nice and easy. We fall out, we come right back in because we have to lose our balance and find it. Next inhale, hands float back up. Come to the heart. Wherever that foot is, release it, don't let it tap. Bring the knee back. Extend your gaze forward, maybe on the floor a little bit further. Take a breath. Bring your torso forward as you release the right leg behind you. Your version of warrior 3. So that foot can rest on the ground. Just finding that space. Keep the gaze in one spot. The best of your ability, the toes point straight down so that the sacrum is nice and level. And we find breath here. Breath in a challenging pose. Same lesson in mind. The challenge is that we can just control the breath. Control our reaction nicely. Okay, exactly the same without laying the foot down, bring the knee or arm back up. Last challenge. Release it down. Good job. Second side. Set the foundation first, all the way into the right leg. Spread the toes. Trace the heart. Left leg rises as we fix our gaze. Flex that foot. Soften your breath. Find your tree here. Calming the body. As you're ready. Lifting your arms. Spreading them wide. Rest. Bring the prayer back to the heart space. Releasing the foot without letting it drop to the back. Sending your gaze maybe off a little bit further, or bringing it back in, whatever works. Torso forward like a teapot. Leg extends behind you. It helps if you flex that foot like you're pressing the heel towards the back wall. That offers a lot of stability. Good. Noticing your breath. Last round. Very slowly lifting the torso, bringing that knee back forward first. Pause there. And then slowly release. Nice work. Are we all sweating? Good. Make your way now. You can come off the wall. Cat stands. That's what we're going to do at the wall. Make your way down to a seat. And as you lie there, I like to just bring my hands right behind my knee crease or my thighs so I can roll myself down onto my back. Draw the knees in. Take that nice little massage. You earned it. Give yourself a hug. I was going to do some core activation and pass the block. So if anybody really demands doing that right now, we'll do it. Thank you. Otherwise, let's find our happy baby. Knees go wide. Hands come inside the knees. Reach for the feet or the ankles. Bring the feet up towards the ceiling. As you arrive in your happy baby, just pick up your head a little bit so that you can tuck in the chin to find some length in the spine and drop the tailbone down so you're making a perfect imprint of your spine. And if it feels good for you to rock here, do that nice massage. Sometimes activating the core by just rocking all the way over to one side so that the outer thigh kind of taps down. And then you use that core to bring yourself back up to center, taking it over to the opposite side. Not as easy as it looks. Maybe it feels good to take one last stretch by sending the right leg out on a diagonal like we did at the beginning of practice. Toes pointing towards your face, heel pointing away. You did so on the right, we got to equal it out, do it on the left. For extra credit, maybe you do them both together. And then draw the big toe mounds together over your head. Begin to bend those knees, soles of the feet come together. We drop the heels closer to the groin and release the feet to the mat, finding supine Baddha Konasana, cobbler pose. The soles of the feet together, knees are wide. Don't want you to have to hold these knees open, so support support underneath your thighs if you don't feel opening enough right now to let those legs relax. Support them. A hand to the belly, a hand to the heart. Notice the softening in the shoulders, softening in the face, the jaw, even releasing the tongue from the roof of the mouth. Maybe here you close down your eyes. Coming back into your breath. I invite you here to use that rhythmic breath where the exhales are twice as long as your inhales. So perhaps you breathe in to the count of 3. Let it go slow to the count of 6. And as you continue that manner of breath, my hope that you feel the relaxation enter the body as the body begins to sink and melt towards the mat. Everything becomes heavy. Everything becomes loose. This is the breath we know we use in deep sleep and meditation. Couple more rounds of breath. And then using our hands to the outside of the thighs, gently begin to bring the knees together. Draw the right knee into the chest, extend the left leg long. Squeezing in that right knee. Take that right hand out to a T. Left hand rests on top of the knee. Draw the knee across the body. Finding a nice little twist through the spine. Knee doesn't have to come anywhere near the mat. You can support it on a bolster, you can support it on a block, or you can just let it rest in the air. Following that rotation with the head. Shoulders soft, face soft, breath soft. On your next inhalation, bring the head back to neutral first. Draw that knee back into the chest. Let the left one join the right. Take a nice rock from side to side. And we'll switch sides, so we'll extend that right leg long. Let it rest on the heel. Left arm goes out to a T. Right hand on top of the knee just helps to draw that right knee across the body. Both shoulders remain nice and easy on the mat. Maybe gaze, head rotates to the left. Support the knee if you need the support. Or just allow the right hand to just rest gently on the outside of the thigh. Soften where you can soften. next in-breath, bring the head back to neutral. Draw the left knee into the chest. Draw the right knee to join. Maybe wrap your arms around the shins. Pick up those shoulder blades. Forehead comes towards the knees, forming this nice, tight, tight, tight little ball. And then releasing all that nice and slow, coming into our final resting pose, Shavasana. So set it up, use that bolster underneath the knee crease to just help the low back, maybe the sandbag. Allow the feet to just gently roll open so that you're not holding any tension through the ankles. You don't feel any clenching in the hips. Shoulders are away from the neck. The neck is spacious. Take a full breath in. Use that double exhalation time. Let it go slow. And here you rest. Begin to take a deeper inhale back into the body. A conscious breath that expands through the heart, expands through the ribs. And as you exhale, very slowly release the sandbag, release the bolster if you're using one. Rolling off onto one side, resting the head and the bicep of the arm. Coming back to the idea that every ripple has a point of origin. You must believe in your ability to be that point of origin. You create the ripple of kindness and compassion that you take back out into the world. And that ripple maybe affects somebody else's life. It causes a bigger ripple and a bigger ripple. So we never underestimate the power of what we represent here. It is that ripple that is far-reaching, ever expanding, and it truly has the ability to change the world, one person at a time. Slowly bring your way to seated. Again, keeping that inward journey, eyes closed maybe, or soft gaze. As you arrive in your seat, stacking through the spine. Lifting the chest, drawing your hands to prayer at the heart center and bowing the head. In gratitude for the inner wisdom that brought you to your mat this morning. I thank you for your practice with me. I thank you for your practice with each other. Namaste. Namaste.